What's up guys, welcome back to the Tier 1 Concealed channel. Today we're going to be discussing the virtues and weaknesses of Appendix versus Strong Side. So we're going to kind of cover the strengths of each, compare the two, both in comfort, speed, versatility. We'll do a couple of drills just to see if one is inherently faster than the other. I think it ultimately comes down to training, but we're going to find that out. But yeah.
From Strong Side, I will be running a Spara under a jacket, and Sawyer's gonna run the Echo, just to kind of show two different ways. I like to carry with a Spara under a jacket in the winter, stuff like that. Sawyer mainly rocks the Echo because he designed it. It is what it is. I designed this? No, just kidding.
He did, but yeah, we're both gonna be starting with Axis Elites from Appendix. I have made a small change to my carry, so I'm now carrying an M&P 2.0 with an SRO. In an Elite with DCC clips.
And I have also made a change, surprise, surprise, I do it all the time. Walther PDP, full size, ported by Vinny at Monsoon Tactical.
Oh yeah, I'll also mention mine is also ported.
Yeah.
But yeah.
SRO, Magwell, all the good stuff. So first day is really shooting these guns.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put them to the test along with the different options. So stay tuned, check it out.
So starting off, one of the main advantages I kind of see to Appendix is it's just in your workspace. It's already in front of you. A lot of people would argue that that's a more easily defendable position. Like if you ever get in, a tussle, it's easier to know if you get pushed down on your back, you're not trying to lift your hip up to get to your gun. It's easily accessible from the front, lying down.
Another key advantage of Appendix is just speed of the draw and the reload. Kind of going back to, it's just right in front. You don't got to whip around, grab, come over, do all that stuff. It's just draw and then clear your garment, reload. It's all nice and tight, close.
I would say the reload is extremely faster than Strong Side, depending on where you position the mag when you're carrying Strong Side, but the speed of the draw ultimately comes down to how much you train with it. From what we've seen in, we've been designing and testing holsters for the past 7 years, Appendix is, contrary to popular belief, easier to conceal for most people, depending on your body shape and size. Strong Side being back here, sometimes it is easier concealed depending on your body size, but the second you move around, it's just like, hello. So Appendix right up front, if you're more barrel chested or have a bigger chest, it kind of just drapes over. I tend to run.
Even if you're a bigger guy, I know we get a lot of comments like, oh, how do you carry Appendix if you're fat or whatever? As a fat person, it's easy because you got this little belly shelf that just tucks down nice and it's gone. It's weird.
Jack can so
I've been known to carry
in the day he carries two. You have a picture carrying two Axis Elites.
I've done things where I'll carry like the OG Aegis and 10 spare mags. I'll do all kinds of crazy stuff. Not actually go out in public, but just prove that it can be done.
Proof of concept. But yeah, and slightly larger clothing helps. Like I wear an XL, and it does help. You might have to ditch your schmedium. You're not impressing anyone but yourself anyway, so just get a little bit bigger shirt, so make it conceal a little bit better.
Another big advantage of Appendix is while sitting, or especially while driving, you can tuck the seatbelt behind, you can do all that stuff. That's a whole different conversation. I find that when I carry 4 o'clock while I'm driving, sitting in the driver's seat, my buckle's right here and my holster's right there, and it comes across, and there's not really a good way to get to it quick without unbuckling your seatbelt and all that stuff. I just prefer Appendix, especially for that reason.
Not to mention just the comfort aspect. A lot of people are like, how do you sit down with Appendix? Like, you have to experiment with it, obviously, and adjust where your belt is riding. But every time I've sat down, because while I was developing,
just got a deer.
Yeah, it's deer season right now. But while I was developing the Echo holster, I carried Strong Side for almost 3 years. The one thing that I just couldn't get past was comfort while driving. For me, it conceals best like the 430 position on the kind of the back side of my hip, and that meant I'm just sitting on my gun. It impedes the accessibility and was very uncomfortable. So driving, like Jack said, when people put their seatbelt over it or behind it, sometimes I like to go behind, because then, if you get in a collision, your gun isn't going to be permanently in your abdomen, and it just makes the draw a lot more quick and accessible. So we're just going to lay down 3 first shots on target just to get a kind of a baseline average for our appendix speed.
Let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
Stand by. It was a 0.89. It's a 0.90. It's a 0.93. So 89, 90 area around there.
Yeah, so we'll say 90 is my average. So we'll have Jack lay down sometimes now. All right, ready?
Yep.
Stand by. That was an 8.7, 8.9, a 9.2. So we're both just hanging around the 9.0s. So now, just to add a little bit more to the string of fire, we're gonna do a 3 and 2. So 3 to the chest, 2 to the head.
All right, when you're ready.
All right, ready.
Stand by. That was a 192, 176, 188. So 19s, 17s, 18s, probably around a 185. That's a quick average.
Your turn. Ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
Ooh.
187.
Little trigger freeze.
169. 168. So
Buddy,
1.7s?
1.7s,
Yeah.
around there.
So appendix is pretty quick, but now
We're gonna move on.
to strong side.
Okay, now we're gonna go over strong side. As I mentioned before, Sawyer's running from the Echo. I am running from the Spara under a jacket.
One of the main strengths of strong side carry, as most people would say, is your forward mobility, bending over, picking stuff up. You don't have a gun in your main pivot point workspace. So when I was doing construction, this is what I carried. It was just a lot easier, you know, bending over, nailing stuff.
A lot of people don't like appendix because it's pointing at sensitive areas. So they rock strong side. It's totally fine. Pick your poison. But that is a pro, I guess, if you're worried about that.
So like we talked about earlier, how you conceal and how comfortable it is really depends on your body type. And strong side is a lot more comfortable and concealable for a lot of people just based on their shape.
I know a few guys that have had like surgeries, like hernias or whatever, and they can't carry appendix just because it's so tender there from past wounds or whatever, so they rock strong side. So it's all just person to person. You got to pick and choose what you like.
Yeah, lots of give and takes. Like what we talked about with appendix, it's in your workspace, which can be helpful in some, you know, fisticuffs. And you could kind of argue the same point for strong side, that it's out of the way of your nearest opponent. So you can defend it, you can kind of stay back and draw from, you know, a point of retention and fire if you really needed to. It all comes down to opinion and experience. So
one more point I'd like to add. For me personally, drawing one-handed from strong side is way easier than appendix. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just dumb, because a lot of people will do this and come down, but you can just, even with a t-shirt, you can bring it up, roll it out, come down. Or with a jacket, you can just flip it out of the way. If this is zipped up, carrying appendix, it's still that come up and down. It seems like it's just gonna fall on top of you. So that is my one positive note about strong side.
one big strength that I can agree with is using the restroom. When you have strong side, you don't have a big holster to compete with. So
True.
You know, just do your business up front without having your holster in your way.
That is a big one I didn't even think about.
Depending on how well endowed you are, you know.
So we're gonna do the same thing, 3 strings of fire, just from the holster on target. Again, Sawyer's running the Echo.
With a Glock, because I haven't made an Echo for my M&P yet.
Okay, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. That's a 9-7 on you.
Ready?
Stand by. 101 on you.
Ready?
Stand by. 9-3.
Small FTF. Ready?
Yep.
Stand by. As a 101. 9-8. 9-4.
A little slower, but not by much.
Only by like 2/10 if we average it out. But like we said earlier, it all comes down to training. So train more.
Okay, we're gonna do the 3 and 2 again. On you. Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by. That was a 185. 180. So 254
Gotta work through that.
with a hiccup. So your first two were identical to the appendix. Second one, not so much.
Yeah, not so much. Ready?
Yeah.
Stand by. $175. $179. $171. So still really close to your other ones.
Yeah, a little slower, but not by much.
Yeah, I think that really shows that it ultimately comes down to training. There are advantages and disadvantages to both positions, but it's just up to you to work through them.
Yeah, and honestly, like, get out and try both methods. See what's more comfortable. Like if you're going on a drive, maybe get yourself a Spara or an Echo and give it a shot. I know most of what we sell is appendix, but yeah, go ahead and change it up because it could be, I mean, depending on environment or weather, obviously there's snow around, it's getting cold. I'll honestly probably carry this way a little more. Yeah, give it a try. Tag us in the videos and
let us know what other informational videos you want us to do, if there's other comparisons you would like between, you know, the holsters that we offer, guns, drills, whatever. Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.